So let's speak a bit about the UK-India trade agreement and what exactly is happening, what are the benefits associated to it. One of the main highlights is the tariff rates reduction. So first of all comes the UK automakers thing, where their cars will now be lower priced to the final consumer of India because of the tariff rate reduction from 110 to 10% effective immediately. Similarly, for whiskies, gin and all of those being imported from UK, the tariff rate reduction is from 110 to 75% and then to 40% over the 10 years period. So as a result of this, around 90% of the UK exports coming to India will see a fall in the prices because of lower tariffs, of course. And similar thing is going to happen with the Indian fisheries, agriculture, rice and all these products as well, because they are going to be exported with lesser duties in the UK, and at the same time simplified documents and online clearances at the same time, with of course the standards being met, UK standards being met for food, which is obviously very strict, but it's relatively going to be smooth if Indian exporters out there have the relevant requisite documents for the same. There's also the thing about visas, where people are thinking that there are some extensions out there, or some specific visas for Indian category students or something. No, it is going to be the same. In fact, the same route for students where they have to go through the study route and then get the postgraduate visa and so on, that PSW is still maintained. But the thing is that there's no extra provision to it. So skilled worker visa is also there. It's just going to be the same threshold requirements, 48,500 for senior skilled workers with certain job categories as per the UK job website, which you can check out here. And at the same time, having a contract with a UK-based employer, with the UK-based employer covering the same level of charges, 1,035 for your service charge, immigration service charge, and the other being for the certificate sponsorship and so on. And if you're an employee, you will also have to have the immigration health surcharge and all those expenses. So that's going to be maintained. Nothing is going to be changed from there. For categories like musicians, artisans, chefs and all of that, they have opened around 1,800 reservations. So at least 1,800 people have to be from India for such category. So that is a good point for such people. But again, the catch is that it's for contractual terms, like short-term roles and all of that. Second thing is that when an Indian employee for a UK company is transferred to the UK branch, they will have to cover the social security. That is, UK has to cover the security, UK employer has to cover the social security, not the Indian employer anymore. So that is a good thing. While if he's in India, of course the Indian employer will have to cover. And please even share with those people who need to know about this further, and what exactly does the visa provision for the employees or for students going to the UK for studying actually cover.